Hey guys, it's Beginnings here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful end to your weekend today. Today's video is going to be on some Arum. I had a really good Arum game yesterday, and thankfully I was recording because I ended up losing one of my best games in a while because I wasn't recording, but that's not something to worry about. We start the Waterstone because it's just really strong to start right now, and I mean, I don't know, there's really no point in not starting Waterstone most of the time. I'm not going to be watching my jungler's buff. It is a Nakaroth. I'm not really worried about him getting invaded, and I want to mess with the enemy Cricknack just a little bit. I initially walk up here and I'm hesitant to go in because I don't have vision on Florentino, but once I see that the Florentino is back in his lane, I'm not really worried at all about him messing with me. Elsu tries to snipe me but actually ends up hitting the blue buff, which really screws over Cricknack. He's also really low, so he's kind of forced to go back here. I want to take the small camp, but then I see that Florentino is actually rotating up, and I know that Florentino early game kind of does screw over Arum. I'm not 40 yet, so I can't really do much to stop him if he does land his stun. The Dao-Chan manages to get a pretty nice little freeze onto my Liliana, but she does survive. Chognar lives with 1 HP. Dao-Chan goes ahead and lands another stun. She flickers forward thinking that she can finish off the Liliana, but instead she falls. I know that Chognar had to go back and reset, so I can definitely make my way into the Cricknack's red side jungle. He manages to finish off the red buff this time, but I know that I can kill him because I am a strong boy early on, especially. And I had sprints up, so I knew I could chase him down basically no matter what. Florentino, for some reason, makes his way over. I go ahead and take him out while just healing off of the Chognar, and I'm just doing my best to bully and create space. The Cricknack has lost both of his buffs so far, and also one small camp. So that's a pretty good start for the first 2 minutes of the game. I'm also 3-0, so that's a thing. Just gonna make my way towards the bot side of the map. I see my jungler is doing the sentinel and he's being messed with, so I'm just gonna go ahead and offer him some backup. I throw my second ability down into this little corridor, knowing that Dao-Chan can do nothing to stop it once she enters that little I guess tunnel or just pathway. We also take another small camp from Cricknack. He is getting absolutely massacred right now. Florentino rotates up, but it's just too late. He really can't do anything. We could take this mid tower here. For some reason, my red buff isn't actually doing damage to the tower. I don't know if that's a new thing. And also Nakaroth, instead of helping, just went back to his blue. So we end up getting caught by a stun right under the tower, and unfortunately we do get burned down before we are able to make our escape. It sucks, but it's okay. The mid tower is really low anyways. We'll be able to take it down relatively soon, especially with a Nakaroth and a Superman and even a Wisp on our team. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. Nakaroth makes his way towards the Cricknack's red buff and manages to steal that. I know that there's somebody at this red buff because I can see that it's alive on the map, but it is not in the camp. I go ahead and make my way forward. I ult the Florentino immediately. Unfortunately, my team does not do enough damage to finish him off. I dodge the Dao-Chan stun, throw my second ability again in this little corridor. I stun Dao-Chan. Florentino dances back, takes out the Liliana, and we will finish off the Dao-Chan. We'll chase down this Florentino in just a second. He manages to dodge away from my second ability, but Nakaroth gets his punish on him, and he is forced to turn back, and he then falls. Liliana is pretty tilted, but that's okay. I'm feeling really good right now. I'm 4-1-3. I have 7 out of 9 kill participation. I'm just going to go ahead and make my way forward and make sure that this Cricknack is not getting his blue buff. I think Elsu actually got that, but it's fine as long as Cricknack isn't getting it. I'm not really too worried. I see that the Cricknack is ulting, so I just go ahead and ult. I tried to ult the Dao-Chan, but I guess my targeting was off. It's fine. We traded 1 for 1, and we managed to get a small camp out of it, and also Elsu got the blue buff instead of Cricknack, so definitely worth overall. Not tripping too hard. Superman finally finishes off that tower. And with both bot and mid tower, the map has opened up a lot more. As you can see there, Diao-chan was way overextended because her mid tower was gone and was picked off because of that. A really nice or really smart play by the Superman there. I'm just going to go ahead and make my way bot to defend this tower. Nobody's pushing it though, so it isn't too much of an issue. I know that Florentino just took this bird, so my team has actually quite a bit of time until the Florentino can make his way up there. We end up getting vision on them rotating up, and I'm just being careful not to get too close, don't want to die. My team is committing pretty heavily for whatever the hell is in this red side jungle. I walk into Diao-chan and nothing really comes of it, but it doesn't really matter. Now I want to make my way up towards top since Superman is back down bot. I no longer have to carry or clear his lane. I see that Wisp is pushing top, and I was just waiting for the Elsu to walk up, and I know any second now we will be able to kill him. My auto attack lands. I ult him as the first tower shot hits me, just to make sure I'm doing as much damage as possible. That's probably the biggest mechanic related to Arum's ults, besides the fact that when you take damage on a shield, you don't do damage to whoever you're hitting. So basically, if you just time the tower shots correctly, you can get a person hit by 3 tower shots instead of just 2, and it's just easier to kill them that way. Here I make my way down towards bot side, especially since the top tower is gone and there's nothing really for us to do up there. My jungler was ending his rotation on bot. Florentino did push out, but he is too far for us to really do anything with it. I want to take this Darkslayer like as soon as it spawns, but we're really not in the position to do so. Florentino was camping this bush. I just immediately ult him. Fortunately, my team does not have the damage to take him out fast enough, but Wisp has a really, really good ult. Chognar falls. Florentino's really low and then dies too. That is a 2-for-1 trade. Feels pretty good. Not only will we get the 2 kills out of that, but we will be able to potentially push this mid tower. Unfortunately, my team chases way too far for the kill, and Diao-chan was able to clear the minions that were under the tower. We'll get it in a second. It was just a little bit risky and sloppy, but that's kind of just how ranked is. You can't really sweat about that too much. I know that Nacroth has to go back and do his full clear, and so that's a really good time for us to basically take any neutral objectives on the map, like Dragon, like Sentinel. It's time for us to clear our side camps while the jungler maybe takes Dragon or just does his buffs. Now I'm just sitting for vision, making sure the enemy team isn't going to do anything crazy like go for Darkslayer, but I'm not going to go too aggressive. I see that Kriknak used his ult, and I'm comfortable walking forward enough to get a little bit of poke damage that, you know, that's just what I do. I know that they're not going to be able to kill me. They don't have enough damage. I have my ult up. Everything's fine. Superman is getting kind of harassed in the bot lane. I know top is going to want to push out one more wave and also take that dragon. And while they're doing that, I'm just doing the same thing that I was doing earlier, getting some vision, making sure that the enemy team is doing anything crazy. Chognar walks a little bit too far up, and I just go ahead and ult him because Chognar cannot cleanse Arum ult, and he gets snared and dies. I know that the enemy team is going to go for the Wisp, especially since she is so far up, so I immediately call for my team to do this Darkslayer. I was just waiting for them to show on the map, already poised and ready. Florentino, I think, walks over, but he really can't do anything to stop it at this point. He's just a little bit too late. I thankfully managed to get the dragon, so what I'm going to do is I am immediately going to recall since I'm low anyways, and I'm going to drop the Drake in our base. What this does is it gives your minions more time with the dragon buff. You see, if you didn't know, I guess, all minions on the map, as soon as you summon the Drake, get a buff that makes them like stronger. I don't know if it makes them faster, but it definitely makes them stronger. And what that does is it basically gives you pressure in all lanes, or more pressure. So all of your lanes are going to push 100% of the time. You're never gonna have a lane push into you unless it's like super unbalanced or unless, you know, somebody clears it. Liliana gets caught by the Diao-chan stun there, but manages to dance away. As soon as Florentino jumps in, I go ahead and ult him. My team misses like half of their ability, so nothing really comes of it, but it's fine because they are really low anyways. Chognar overstays once again. I tag him with the second, I guess, like circle on my second ability and slow him down enough that we were able to chase him down and kill him. About this time, we managed to have our top wave pushed into their top tower. Wow, really good timing. Crazy how that works. We now have a double cannon wave on this tower, and we will be able to push it down. I land my second ability on the Diao-chan. She does have to flicker away, and I immediately ult the Florentino right as he jumps in once again. He gets really, really low, but unfortunately my team is not able to finish him off fast enough. He does fall after I do, but I mean, it's fine. It's a 1-for-1. I am super happy to trade Florentino for Arum. I'm thinking that my team can end the game here, but I've mentioned this before. This is solo queue, so it's probably not going to happen. The team ends up chasing the Kriknak for quite a little bit, wanting that kill really badly. It's kind of a fiesta, a circus, whatever you want to call it. It was really bad. Nakaroth almost died, and Wisp just casually walks in, or Wisp and Superman rather casually walk in and try to 2v4. It actually ends up kind of working out until Florentino respawns and Diao-chan lands a stun. Now we're honestly just kind of in like this weird lull that was caused by my teammates inting, where we're just gonna sit here, we're just gonna kind of watch the map, kind of just see what the enemy team is doing without being overcommitted to anything. Florentino's being a little bit cheeky, thinks he's gonna, you know, BM us a little bit. It's fine though. I'm not really scared of him at all, literally at all. He jumps onto me and thinks he's going to do some stuff, but he really ends up doing absolutely nothing. The Chognar is standing on top of me the entire time, healing me way too much for him to actually kill me. We manage to lose the tower. Florentino dashes back in one last time and will fall. All said and done, he inted. I don't know why. I said oop in the all chat because I don't know, that was funny. I don't know why he did that. Kriknak does the exact same thing the Florentino does. He gets way too greedy and ends up falling as well. I guess I ended up getting caught in the tower there, but I know that we can kind of just push down mid and end. It's going to be pretty hard for them to defend, especially since we are so far ahead right now, and we have some pretty decent tower siege. We have Armel, we have Wispel, we have Superman. I know that we can kill this Chognar immediately. The Florentino gets stunned before he can jump in. He finally goes in and ults and manages to do a decent bit of damage before he falls. Elsu misses his first snipe, but he will be landing the second one right here in just a second, and he takes out the Liliana. Kriknak jumps in and is immediately bursted down, but Elsu follows him up with another really nice snipe and takes down our Wisp. Now, with no Wisp and no Liliana, it is definitely going to be more difficult to end this game. The Superman will chase down the Elsu, who will now die. And this game is just another waiting game, guys. My team inted again, and now we're stuck in limbo, basically, just waiting for an opportunity to be able to end the game. My team is beating on that Nexus. I am trying to one-shot the Diao-chan, but it just doesn't work out. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this game as much as I did making it. It was a ton of fun to play. Arum is fun when she works. Please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content, guys, and I will be sure to see you guys next time. See ya.